again!
Oh my gosh. I'm getting so sick and tired of hearing that every time I have a complaint about my father. I mean, what is it with women and their hang up over fathers? I mean, first I hear it from my mother, and then I hear it from my fiance, and now I hear it from you?
It just so happens that my father was murdered!
What?
Thousands of years ago, my father was the most feared sorcerer in all Arabia. I'm sure you can guess by now that I am part Arabic.
Well, that explains why you're such a liar sometimes.
Ha ha! Very funny! Anyway, he made a decision one day that he wanted to leave my mother. He wanted somebody else.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah. And he met this beautiful Arabian woman. Coincidentally, she was a witch too.
Oh.
And they had a long-lasting relationship with one another. But then one day my father decided that he made a mistake.
Really?
Yeah. He wanted to go back to my mother. But unfortunately, his mistress fell in love with him.
Oh boy, I see where this is going.
Yep. And she decided that if she couldn't have him, then nobody else could.
So she killed him.
Yes. She killed him.
I'm sorry, Delilah. I really am.
To this day, I always say to myself, if I ever have a chance to get even, I will. I'd give anything to have my father back. I miss him. I love him.
I really don't know what else to say except I'm sorry to hear about your loss.
So next time you say that you hate your father, maybe you should think about me and my story. Hey, Vance!
Oh. Hey, Delilah. Listen, I'm sorry for the way that I acted yesterday. It's just that, I was just very tired. I was very exhausted, not to mention very frustrated, and I always have a tendency to take my anger out on other people, so I'm sorry if I hurt you in any way, shape, or form.
It's alright. Just don't do it again or I'll turn you to a toad.
Shows how understanding you are.
Hey, I was just joking. Get a sense of humor. So what's the deal? Are you gonna forgive your father? What about the rest of your family?
Not right now, not while I'm still going through the same thing over and over again, but in time I will. I just have to take everything a day at a time. Maybe things will get a lot better once my fiance is finally with me. It's kind of like what Jesus said.
Oh, spare me!
What he said was,
I don't care what he said and I don't want to hear it!
well, I'm still going to say it anyway.
Uh-huh.
Basically, I forgot if it was in the Gospel of Luke or if it was in the Gospel of John.
Who cares?
Basically, anybody who reads the Bible.
Uh-huh.
Basically, what Jesus said was, a woman goes through a lot of pain when she's giving birth to a child, but when she finally gives birth to that child, she forgets all about her pain and rejoices over her newborn child. And I think it's going to be the same way when my fiance and I are finally with each other. I mean, right now I am struggling, going through so much turmoil for her, but when she and I are finally with each other, when we're finally with each other, I'll just forget all about the turmoil that I had to go through for her, and I'll just rejoice that she's in my arms.
How sweet. Makes me want to puke.